Happy Friday, everybody, the 19th day of June, 2026. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is Juneteenth. It's a holiday, no mail today. Most government offices will be closed. If you're doing some banking, you might check. I don't know for sure on that. A few clouds out there. They rolled in the late afternoon, early evening hours. They will be rolling right back out again. Today will be warm and dry. We do have a moderate heat risk for the Wenatchee Valley today. We have a stronger heat risk come Monday. We're still under the influence of that ridge of high pressure, but as we mentioned yesterday, it's a flat ridge, which is why the clouds are here. It's not a dome. And it's going to allow a cold front to roll in on Saturday. Actually going to make things kind of comfortable. Today will be in the lower 90s, will be about mid 80s on Saturday with some wind. We'll talk about that. There's so many things going on this weekend, but if you have outdoor activities, it's not going to be bad at all. Weather, yes. News, yes. Sports, Mariners win. And all eyes will be in Seattle, the Emerald City, this afternoon. Well, noon, actually, right at high noon. The United States men's national team will take on Australia in the World Cup. That'll be cool. I'll be watching. Next Thursday, the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra celebrates a big party. They're going to have a wingding. They're going to have a gala. The Symphony Orchestra is at the Wenatchee Golf and Country Club on June 27th as they wrap up their 79th season, preview their 80th season. They've been around for 80 years, the Symphony Orchestra has. Nikolas is the conductor and the musical director. He sat down with our own Josey Meats to talk about that. Don't miss that conversation. Also, we didn't get a chance to do Pause for Pets yesterday. We simply ran out of show. We had a lot to do yesterday. So we'll see if we can get Stormy the dog out of dog jail and everything else. So we have a lot to go. Let's do it. Let's see what we're looking like today. And again, a little on the cloudy side. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning at about 4:45 when it was really nice. You were probably all sleeping. I certainly was not. Sunrise officially was at 5:03. These are the long days of the year as we look at the Wenatchee Valley. Friendly reminder, the summer solstice is at 1:24 in the morning on Sunday. So Monday will be the first full day of summer. Monday will be 4 seconds shorter of daylight than Sunday. From our Waterville camera, we look out over beautiful Aniat. It's looking good. Look at the sun shining right up the Aniat River Valley. That's pretty cool. I found a little spot to give it a little warmth of sun. And we do have clouds, but again, they will be departing gradually as the day progresses before the wind comes in. Bear Mountain, I'm assuming, Malcolm? Hello, Bear Mountain. There's Wapato Point. Good splash of Manson. Don't forget, they got the big bike races going on tomorrow all over Chelan, not to mention the Leavenworth Bike Festival, which is in, I'm trying to remember what town the Leavenworth Bike Festival is in. I keep forgetting that. Good morning to Chelan. That will be hopping this weekend. And Lake Wenatchee says hello from our Nanapoc Ridge camera. Sunrise this morning was at 5:03, sunset 9:01, the long, long days of the year. I go to bed and there's still an hour and a half of daylight still going on. Moderate heat risk for the Wenatchee Valley today, and then it's going to be a major heat risk on Tuesday because it's going to get really warm next week as summer really makes itself felt. So you can see that little red rectangle down there in the lower right-hand corner. That's us, and we're the only community right now that has a major heat risk on store for Tuesday of next week. There is no red flag warning for tomorrow, but they're still a little concerned about fire conditions tomorrow. It's not going to be hot enough for a red flag warning because we're going to be about 5 degrees cooler tomorrow, but it will be breezy, and it's not going to be really windy until we get to Saturday night. Saturday night's going to be quite breezy as a cold front brushes across the region tomorrow. So it'll be breezy and gusty in some locations, which is why they have increased fire concerns for tomorrow and tomorrow night. We get through tomorrow and tomorrow night, we're fine. And by the way, there is zero, and I mean zero, rain in the forecast. From Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, this is where comfort, care, and community come together. We will see quite a bit of sunshine later on today. We'll get up to 90 for the record. We hit 88 on Thursday. Our normal high is 79. 64 for the overnight low tonight. Saturday morning breezy. Saturday late afternoon windy. That's just the way it is. We'll top off to about 86, and it's going to be quite windy on Saturday night as the very tail end of the cold front that's brushing through the region will exit the area. So the winds will eventually be decreasing while you're sleeping Saturday night, but we could see some pretty strong gusts on Saturday evening. Be forewarned there. And then here we go. High pressure stays right back where it was. By Monday, we're back to hot. By Tuesday and Wednesday, quite warm. Indeed, it is, after all, summertime. Again, the first full day of summer is Monday. The solstice is at 1:24 in the morning on Sunday. Should be in the middle of the day, so we could have a party. Going to take a break and come back with your news. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The National RV Show is back in Wenatchee, June 25th through 28th at the Town Toyota Center. Free admission, free parking, and exclusive show-only discounts on travel trailers, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from America's top brands, including an enormous selection of Grand Design RVs. Factory manufacturers' reps will be on site offering additional savings, plus banks on site for immediate financing approvals. Plus, 3 winners will be chosen Sunday at 3 p.m. to win a 75-inch TV, a Traeger grill, or a Yeti cooler. Get details now at nationalrvshowwenatchee.com.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
A tad cloudy, 66 degrees. Clouds will be departing. Quite a bit of sunshine today, lower 90s. Windy on Saturday and Saturday night. Then we calm right back down again on Sunday. Oh, by the way, which is Father's Day. Let's start with this story at 8 minutes after the hour. The mayors of both Wenatchee and East Wenatchee introduced a new proposal to their respective city councils. They had a joint meeting on Wednesday. The proposal would involve one police chief overseeing both departments on a temporary basis anyway. Our own Oscar Rodriguez filed this report.
The idea was pitched after Wenatchee Mayor Mike Poyer announced he'd be seeking council approval for Edgar Reinfeldt to become the full-time city administrator. Under the proposal, his counterpart across the Columbia River, East Wenatchee Police Chief Rick Johnson, would lead both departments. Reinfeldt is currently the Wenatchee Police Department Chief, but has been serving as the interim city administrator since August 2025 after Laura Gloria departed from the role. No decisions have been made, and any proposed changes would only take effect after both city councils signed an interlocal agreement. For more information on this story, visit WenatcheeWorld.com or read Saturday's paper. I'm Oscar Rodriguez with the Wenatchee World.
A 17-year-old Bridgeport defendant who shot and killed an East Wenatchee man during a planned jewelry purchase last fall has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Juan Valavinos Vasquez, who was 16 at the time of the killing, now faces a possible 16 years in prison for the death of 68-year-old Adnan Abu Amu. The victim was found shot to death in his car last November, parked along Highway 97, 7 miles south of the BB Bridge. Valdovinos also pleaded to first-degree theft for an unrelated theft of $30,000 worth of jewelry from a vehicle parked in Bridgeport. He's due to be sentenced on July 17th. Yesterday in Douglas County Superior Court, attorneys told Judge Brian Huber the plea agreement takes into account the circumstances of the killing as well as the youth of the defendant at the time.
The original charges were murder in the second degree, and there were, I believe there was a robbery in the first degree charge. As the investigation occurred, the state did believe that it had a probable cause basis to amend the information to murder in the first degree. As the parties negotiated and the lawyers looked closely at the evidence, I would say that the murder in the second degree is the appropriate charge based on the factual allegations in this case. The difference between the two charges is premeditation or not meditation. And so I think that would have been the probably most heavily litigated issue at trial.
So as to count one, murder in the second degree with a firearm enhancement, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And as to count two, theft in the first degree, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
This court finds that the defendant has knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived his legal rights in entering today's plea. The court also finds a factual basis for the plea. Having reviewed the statement of defendant on plea of guilty, the court accepts this defendant's guilty plea and finds him guilty on count one, murder in the second degree with a firearm enhancement, and count two, theft in the first degree. I'm now signing the statement of defendant on plea of guilty.
The arraignment scheduled for yesterday for the 13-year-old charged with first-degree murder was continued until next month. Prosecutors may seek to try him as an adult. Chelan County prosecutors last week charged the young suspect in the May 30th homicide of Cassandra Marie Andrews Huff, 42 years old, who was found stabbed to death at the rear of a business in the 600 block of South Mission. The boy is currently charged in juvenile court and held on a $1 million bail. The prosecutor's office has filed a motion to move the case to felony adult court, and the suspect's attorneys are seeking a mental health evaluation for their client. The next hearing of the case scheduled for July 23rd in Chelan County Juvenile Court. The Wenatchee Pride Festival tomorrow at Lincoln Park, celebrating the LGBTQ+ community in our area. Our news director, Rick Boone, recently spoke with the co-founders of Out NCW on their mission to support communities.
Thanks so much. Yeah, you know, June is Gay Pride Month all around the country. My conversation with Out NCW focused on that, why there is a celebration here in the month of June, but also a variety of topics during our conversation. We talked about what's oppressing the gay community here in the Wenatchee Valley, the issues that they face on a daily basis, and also some personal aspects from one of the co-founders that a lot of people in the gay community deal with, she says, about coming out to your family and how many people have to wait so long before they have that very important conversation about their lives.
And so I didn't come out till I was almost 30. It took a long time, and it took me even longer to have a conversation with my parents about it either. So even though I've lived openly, it was just kind of an unspoken thing that we didn't talk about. But this year, my mom walked with us during the Apple Blossom Parade while we were there to represent Out NCW, and we had the NCW Equity Alliance rainbow banners, and it was an amazing experience.
And you can see that entire conversation unedited and unfiltered right now. It is live on WenatcheeWorld.com. In Leavenworth, Rick Boone, NCW Life News.
The North Central Washington YWCA in Wenatchee invites the public to celebrate Juneteenth. Of course, that's today. The party at Walla Walla Point Park. Juneteenth is the federal holiday celebrating the country's official end to slavery back in 1865. The YWCA's celebration runs from 3 to 6 this afternoon at Walla Walla Point Park at ball field number 2. There'll be kickball, you can fly kites, it could be a good day for that. Eat some food and get access to local resources. Food will be provided, by the way, by Birch Mountain Barbecue, and who doesn't want that? Well, summer is here and kids enjoying vacation. Organizations in Quincy preparing to continue learning outside the classroom. You don't want your brain to get soft. Both the Quincy Valley Historical Society and Museum and the Quincy Library will offer several events throughout the summer for kids and people of all ages. The museum's Summer Adventures program will feature hands-on science and history experiences, while its July 4th Journey to Philadelphia 1776 event in George will allow families to interact with Revolutionary War era interpreters. Meanwhile, the library's summer library program includes story times, crafts, bingo, and special educational activities. That goes through August 14th. 4 Wenatchee Valley nonprofits were awarded grants from the Numerica Charitable Fund. The selected organizations work in areas that align with the credit union's commitment to ending youth poverty. Communities in Schools of North Central Washington, which brings resources and volunteers to the schools to help struggling students get back on track. They got the highest grant. They got 30 grand. Serve Wenatchee Valley, the Wenatchee Valley YMCA, and the Women's Resource Center of North Central Washington each got 25 grand. Overall, $532,000 was awarded to 23 nonprofits across eastern Washington and northern Idaho. And a Wenatchee High School freshman is the first place winner of the 15th annual Teen Short Fiction Competition. The contest is put on by the Right on the River Literacy Conference at NCW Libraries and is judged by librarians and the Teen Library Council. Top honors went to Elsie Haskey, who won for a piece called Origin of the Alchemist. Honorable mentions, Cascade's Yacinda Madrigal Williams for the 11-pound astronaut and Waterville's May Hinderer for The Painter. The students will share a $200 cash reward for their work. And that's what's going on this Juneteenth Friday, the last Friday of spring. Start your weekend with the news tonight at 5 o'clock, at 5:30, at 6 o'clock, at 6:30, at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8:30. It's on a lot. It's also on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. If you are unplugged, you can see the different formats that we're on right there on the screen. I haven't mentioned the app in a while. We have an app. I think it's on my phone. And we have an email address. If you got a news tip, send it our way, please. news@ncwlife.com. It's a Friday and it's summertime. There's a lot of sports to talk about. We'll do that in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
Sports, Brian Wu looked really good. 7 shutout innings. Colt Emerson drove in 2 of Seattle's 3 runs. Seattle scored all of their runs in the first inning, but that's all they needed. 3-0 the final. The Mariners over the Orioles yesterday afternoon at Safeco Field. Wu allowing just 3 hits, and he also matched his season high 9 strikeouts. He walked 1 and has not allowed a run in his last 4 home starts.
This ball lashed down the line, left field, fair ball. Naylor rounds third. This ball finds its way towards the corner. Canzone is held. Young with an RBI knock into left. A run-scoring double, and the Mariners take it early, 1-0. Things happening fast all of a sudden. Hit hard through the right side, a base hit. Canzone is in. Young speeding towards the plate. He slides. He's safe. It's 3-0 Mariners. Cole Emerson drives in 2 more. Oh, nice play. J.P. Crawford near the bag. On the money to first base. 2 outs.
He looks good over there. J.P. Crawford going down to a knee and get this one. Throws a strike over to Josh Naylor. And it is a nylon rope. And they've used it in all sorts of things in the past, like parachutes, etc.
Ooh, sliding catch. Mastroboni out of the warning track. A round of applause from Brian Wu.
He was out there early today taking fly balls, trying to nail down with EY the starting position that he should be in, and he had no room for error on that ball right there. Fantastic play.
Spire's been up in the pen. Emerson, the sun is in Robles' eyes. He can't see it, and he ends up with it as Mastroboni comes crashing in. What in the world just happened?
Great job by Mastroboni coming over, realizing that Victor Robles was in trouble.
He's saying, I can't see it, and then he's able to pick it up. They collide. Gloves collide with one another, but Robles is able to hold on. On a 1-2. He got him! The Mariners win, and they hand the...
You know, we talked about it before the game tonight about winning the series, and you know, this was a good one to get. You know, when you look at how we were able to get on top today, you know, the 3 2-out runs there was huge. I thought the at-bats were outstanding there. You know, we talk about a lot getting to guys early. I thought we got the balls early, and that was a big key for us. When you turn it over to Brian Wu and he's got that kind of stuff today, that's all he needed today, and he was particularly difficult today. I thought just in control. I think we saw that look in his eye today, and he went out and you know, just took control of the ball game. A lot of good defense behind him. And I think Stroh played an incredible game out in left field. JP with a couple nice plays again, getting tested there in a new spot. You know, Colt with a nifty play there, almost turned a double play in the 9th. But that's a time for a pitcher to kind of enjoy the walk off the field. And you know, I think he really deserved that today. And you know, it's got to be a good feeling for a pitcher to put that kind of work in and to be appreciated by the fans. And just a good day of baseball for Brian Wu. That's the team stepping up in a situation where we needed it to, and you know, that's what the fight in there is all about. You know, these guys understand the situation, and you can feel sorry for yourself because you got a lot of injuries, or you can go out and keep fighting, and that's what these guys did, and that's what you know, came through at the end here in this winning this series.
Mariners welcome the Red Sox to the Emerald City. It's a 3-game weekend series. First pitch at 7:10. Bryce Miller gets the ball for Seattle. Seattle's lead in the American League West over the Athletics is a game and a half. The Athletics won last night. They knocked off the Angels 5-0, but the Twins beat the Rangers 9-3. So the Mariners' lead over the Rangers is 3 games. Pretty exciting day of soccer yesterday. Congratulations to Mexico. They have guaranteed themselves a slot in the next round. They did it by beating South Korea. Canada crushed Qatar. Switzerland over Bosnia-Herzegovina, and the Czech Republic and South Africa played to a 1-1 tie. The schedule today, all eyes in Seattle, the United States men's national team, and Australia. Seattle will be hopping 12 noon on Fox. I'll be watching. That'll be followed by Group C game in Boston, Scotland and Morocco at 3 o'clock, also on Fox. In Philadelphia at 5:30, it's Brazil and Haiti, also on Fox. And then the nightcap tonight at 8 o'clock on FS1 and Group D play is Turkey and Paraguay, that in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then tomorrow in Houston, it's the Netherlands and Sweden at 10 a.m. on Fox. It'll be followed by a game in Toronto. Germany and the Ivory Coast at 1 o'clock on Fox. FS1 will have the 5 o'clock matchup in Kansas City. Group E action, Ecuador and Caraco. And then Monterrey, Mexico will have Tunisia and Japan at 9 o'clock tomorrow night on FS1. And then on Sunday, boy, if you love the beautiful game, you're going to have a great weekend. In Atlanta at 9 a.m., it's breakfast with Spain and Saudi Arabia on Fox. FSN has the rest of the games on Sunday for Father's Day. In L.A., it's Belgium and Iran at noon. Miami will host Uruguay and Cape Verde at 3 o'clock. And then they wrap up the weekend in Vancouver with New Zealand and Egypt at 6 o'clock. Apple Sox, they took 2 of 3 from Edmonton, so they've won 6 straight series to start this season. They haven't lost a series yet this year, but Edmonton took it to Wenatchee, no problems there for the Riverhawks, 7-0. Nanaimo, one of the teams that's chasing us in town for a 3-game series, 6:35 first pitch. You can listen to it on Sunny FM. Here's the scoreboard yesterday, including Wenatchee shutout loss to Edmonton. So Wenatchee's lead in the WCL North is 1 game over Bellingham, who rolled over Port Angeles, 2 games over Nanaimo, who beat Corvallis 4-2, and it's 4 games over Kamloops, who did not play yesterday. And if you have nothing going on this weekend, head to the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. It's a special Father's Day thing. If you're a father, you're going to get all kinds of, they got prizes and giveaways and cheap stuff. For Father's Day on Saturday night, the Napa Auto Parts Bandoleros, the B&T Towing Youth Roadrunners, the Plum Perfect Roadrunners, the Nightcap, the Big Race, the Dix Heating Thunder Cars, Porta Potty 40. I got a great joke. I can't say it. Gates open at 5. Racing starts at 6, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. The obscure holiday on the docket today, it is Sauntering Day. I am a saunterer. I don't walk fast or walk. I kind of saunter. I have a tendency to bump into things when I'm just walking around. National Garfield the Cat Day today. I don't know why. National Martini Day, like you need an excuse there. National Watch Day. I've never owned a watch. I don't like wearing watches. Nowadays, you don't really need one. It is National Take Back the Lunch Break Day. A lot of people, like 40% of workers with a full-time job, don't take lunch breaks. And you know what? I'm one of them. I prefer to work straight through and then be done with my work day. But this obscure holiday, I actually could have done it yesterday because it was yesterday. But today, there was nothing that really jumped out at me. So we're going to celebrate National Dump the Pump Day today, which means walk, bike, or take public transportation wherever you need to go. Gas prices are slowly starting to fall. It's still expensive. Gasoline itself was considered a useless byproduct of petroleum until, of course, Carl Benz came up with the experimental car with the combustible engine, and then all of a sudden they had a use for gasoline. I don't know what they did before that. That was in 1885. Gas stations do not make a lot of money. They only make like 2 or 3 cents per gallon after you factor in the actual operating costs and taxes. So getting into the gas station business, not particularly profitable. Drivers in this country account for about half of all the gasoline consumption in the world. We're good at sucking down that goop. We import more oil from Canada and Mexico than we do, by the way, from the Middle East. Most gas stations are independently owned. So give them a little love when you need to. Gas station pumps, the things that you see there, are incredibly filthy. They're dirtier than ATMs and elevator buttons, or they're disgustingly filthy. So try to wipe off your hands after you pump your gas. A gallon of gasoline weighs 6 pounds. I don't know why that's important. I guess it really isn't. And since today is Dump the Pump Day, and if you're considering taking public transportation, we have one of the best systems anywhere here in Link. A friendly reminder that 40% of all Americans in this country have no access whatsoever to public transportation. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Today in history, happy birthday to baseball as we know it. The very first baseball game, the first officially recorded baseball game under the standardized rules set down by Alexander Cartwright, is played right across the Hudson River from New York City at the Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey. The New York Baseball Club defeated the New York Knickerbockers 23-1. Alexander Cartwright was actually there on hand to be the umpire. This was 90 feet. The pitcher's mound was not a mound, it was flat. It was only 50 feet from home plate. and the pitcher threw underhand. Outside of that, 90 feet between the bases, 3 outs, ends in half an inning, that kind of deal. So if baseball has a birthday, it's today, 180 years ago today. It is Juneteenth. It was on this date in 1865. The Civil War is over. News travels slow, especially in rural Texas, but General Gordon Granger's army lands in Galveston. They get off the dock, they go onto the bar. Galveston, of course, is it's a sandbar out in the Gulf of Mexico, and he gathered everybody together and he read General Order Number 3, letting all the African Americans know that they were, in fact, free. This is why today is Juneteenth. That was on this date in 1865. Her name was Serona Smart Dodd. Serona Smart Dodd was her name. Her dad was a Civil War veteran. He was a father of 6 children, and he had to raise all 6 children on his own. His wife died shortly after the 6th child was born. They lived in Spokane. Serona Smart Dodd said, "We need to do something for dads. Mother's Day has been around. What about a Father's Day?" And on June 19th, 1910, 116 years ago today, at the YMCA in downtown Spokane, the very first Father's Day was held in honor of Civil War veteran William Jackson Smart. Father's Day, Spokane, that's pretty cool. The first Father's Day in 1910. And the very first NASCAR race was held on this date 77 years ago today, June 19th, 1949, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. NASCAR is born. The winner of the checkered flag, Glenn Dunaway. And then they inspected Glenn Dunaway's car afterwards, and they found out he was cheating. His rear springs had been altered, and so they went to the second place finisher, Jim Roper. So yes, they say if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Well, the very first NASCAR race, the winner cheated to win. This is why we love NASCAR. Drive fast, turn left. Birthdays. The de facto leader of the Three Stooges. There was Larry, there was Curly, and there was Moe. I got my Curly doll right here. The dog ate Moe and Larry. They came as a set, but you do the... I remember that remark. And it does that in any event. So I don't have the Moe doll anymore, and I don't have the Larry anymore. I do have Curly. Moe Howard, the de facto leader of the Three Stooges, born this day in 1897. That probably looked really good on a resume, wouldn't it? What do you do for a living? I'm the head stooge. Yeah. And Henry Louis Gehrig, born Heinrich Ludwig Gehrig in 1903, died of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis at the age of 37. There have been about 600, I did some research, I lost track, but there have been, give or take, about 600 uniform numbers retired in American sports professional history. Lou Gehrig's number 4 was the very first number retired in any sport anywhere on July the 4th, 1939. He is the only Yankee to ever wear the number 4. He was one of 4 kids, but he was the only one who survived to adulthood. He was 14 pounds at birth. I kid you not. In 1934, he won the Major League Triple Crown, not just the American League Triple Crown. He didn't just lead the American League in batting average, RBIs, and homers. He led all of Major League Baseball in batting average, RBIs, and homers in 1934, and he did not win the MVP award. He didn't even finish second or third. He finished 5th. He won the Major League Triple Crown, and he finished 5th. What were these people thinking? He's also the greatest first baseman of all time and one of my personal heroes, Lou Gehrig, born in the state in 1903. I want to wish Uriah Darby a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Uriah, if you're watching down there in Texas. Uriah used to be the producer of this show, a good friend of mine. He's now in the witness protection program down there in Texas. And he also, by the way, goes by the name of Heinrich Gehrig. Just look that up. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. Mid-90s next week, folks. Summer's here. I almost said Summer's Here and the Time is Right for Dancing in the Street, then I'd have to pay royalties for that. Make sure your AC is ready to handle the workload that's ahead. Give Alpine Air a call. Still to come, our very own Josey Meats sat down with my friend Nikolas, who, by the way, is a very good golfer. Nick is the conductor and the musical director of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. They're going to roll out their 80th year celebration next week at the Wenatchee Golf and Country Club. They're having a big party. Nick will talk about that and the incredible musicians who make up the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. That conversation with Josey is coming up. Mike Benatti's got an opinion as well. We didn't get a chance to get Stormy the dog out of dog jail yesterday. We'll try today. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Caoile with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, shelter manager here. And today I want you to meet Stormy. Yeah. Stormy is our 6-year-old lab mix girl. And she's a lot of fun. Yes, you are. We've had Stormy for about a month. She came to us as an owner surrender. She didn't really get along with their cats, so they brought her to us to find another better home for her. Stormy is a frequent doggy dater here. She's so popular with the public and with our volunteers that I even had to go find her on our property because a volunteer had her out. She is great for any kind of outing, really. She's good at hiking, she's great at coffee shops. She's kind of just a really easy, mellow girl who is down for anything. Yeah, you are. Yes. Since she was an owner surrender, we actually have quite a bit of good information about her, which is really nice. So we already know not great with cats. We also know that she's potty trained, which is great. They also said that she doesn't chew on things, which is really cool. And yeah, they just said that she was really easy and mellow and just like to hang out with the family. Stormy knows a few commands. She can sit really good. She can stay for a little while. She's so treat motivated that we think that she can learn a few more things pretty easily. Yeah, she just wants to please her people. So if you'd like to come and meet our Stormy, we are open Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, from 12:30 to 6, and we'd love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Chelan PUD works hard year-round to reduce fire risk and provide dependable service for our customers. But when extreme fire weather is forecasted, we may resort to a public safety power shutoff, turning off power to a specific area in order to prevent fire. In this rare event, we'll keep you informed before, during, and after the shutoff. To stay prepared and check if you're in a PSPS zone, visit chelanpud.org/PSPS.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I am very vocal and very open about my opposition to that man in the White House for justifiable reasons. As such, I have been routinely accused of being full of hate, being deranged, and being a liberal Democrat, none of which is accurate. This criticism reached a new level after the incident at the press correspondence dinner when one of my detractors blamed me and my ilk for that wacko's act of violence. Now, this attitude is an indication of how the derangement caused by that man affects some of his MAGA-ite followers. As I said to this particular detractor, his assuming that since I oppose the man, I'm responsible for or in approval of this attempted attack is deplorable. So grow up. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for spring and summer of 2026. Book now for your free consultation to lock in your savings of a free heat pump, an $11,000 value. Let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your backyard into a vacation paradise with an industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Give us a call today.
Greetings, Wenatchee Valley from Collins Fashions. We have a beautiful selection of dresswear for your special occasions, and our staff will provide professional and personal service. New spring summer fashions from Joseph Ribkoff, Tribal, Charlie B, Habitat, David Klein, Shayna, Tommy Bahama, and many more. Sundresses, props, capris, tops, blouses, sandals, and tinnies. Our Brighton selection is perfect gifts for women of all ages. Collins Fashions, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
On June 27th, the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra will celebrate its 80th season with a gala at the Wenatchee Golf and Country Club. Joining me today is Nikolas Caoile, the artistic director and conductor of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. Nikolas, how are you today?
Really great. Great to be here with you.
Awesome, awesome. To start off, this is your 16th year, or you're going into your 17th?
I'm going into my 17th year. I'm actually been music director for greater than 20% of the life of this orchestra.
Wow. And when you kind of when you say that or put that into perspective, what are your thoughts around that?
I never dreamed that this would be possible. My original contract was for 3 years, and then it was extended to 6 years, and it was extended to 9 years after that. So it's just been a dream. And the relationship with myself and the orchestra has just grown and grown and grown.
And you're also director of orchestras at Central Washington University. So you're traveling back and forth between Ellensburg and Wenatchee constantly. Tell me about, that routine and that lifestyle of...
Yes, I'm celebrating 20 years as music director at Central Washington University. And I've been driving back and forth between Ellensburg and Wenatchee probably 16, 17, 18 trips a year. And I spend maybe 25 nights a year here in Wenatchee. And I've gotten to know the Quincy way, and I've gotten to know the past way. And it's been really just we live in a beautiful part of the country. And so it's a very reflective commute between Ellensburg and Wenatchee. Beautiful sights and There have been some years where it's been very dangerous, and most of the time it's just been really beautiful, like today.
One more quick thing. So I'm just curious, could you kind of compare and contrast the going from collegiate level orchestra students who are, I'm assuming, studying this to kind of community symphony where it's these people's passions but not their day job?
That's right. So at CWU, we're talking about music majors, and at Orchestra, about 65 to 70 members are primarily undergraduate music education or performance majors. And we're working on programs for 10 weeks, about 4 to 5 hours of rehearsal per week. And this is their education, this is their focus. Here at Wenatchee, we're talking about bankers, lawyers, stay-at-home moms, teachers, professionals in our community who moonlight as musicians and join our Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. So, you know, the word symphony sounding together, you know, is what comes to mind when I think about the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. All these people who are contributing to our community in so many different ways, coming together and sounding together as an orchestra.
And kind of the reason that you're here is in light of the 80th Gala, the 8 decades, 1 orchestra. So there's a plated dinner, there's a silent auction, there's live music. What are you looking forward to most about that evening?
First of all, we're celebrating 80 years as an arts ensemble, which is remarkable because there are so many orchestras across this country that don't make it to 80 years for whatever reason. So it's remarkable that our community has supported this ensemble for that long, and hopefully for longer. The second part that is really important about this gala is the announcement of the repertory for the next season. Of course, I've had this a secret for a long time, and it's going to be really exciting for me to talk about what we're doing. We've had this routine of doing a lot of variety. We're not just doing Beethoven and Bach and Brahms. We're doing pops concerts, movie soundtracks, ballet, Americana music. It's our community has grown to love the variety that we've presented.
Could you tell me a little bit about what goes into like that decision of you have, is it 5 concerts?
Yeah, we have 4 core concerts, and of course we do our annual Nutcrackers. But this is kind of a solitary kind of thing. You know, I do think about budget, I do think about variety, but as a chef prepares, let's say, a multi-course dinner, where they're thinking about an appetizer, and they're thinking about a amuse-bouche, or thinking about a main, or thinking about a dessert, and so on and so forth, that all complement each other and arouse the senses. I too am thinking about, okay, how can I arouse the senses of what we're hearing, what region we're hearing this from, how we're relating this to history, how this features some people in our orchestra, how this features guest artists. So it's really like creating a meal.
And of course, this most previous seasons, the 79th season, was started with Tchaikovsky, and then you had Star Wars, America the Beautiful, and then Mortal Beloved. Do you have a favorite necessarily? Like after you made it through a season, do you look back and go, oh, that one? Like they're all great. I assume to be in your position in front of the orchestra and feel that, and feel them move with you. But then, is there kind of a reflection looking back to go, oh, like that one is like where we really nailed it?
I mean, when I look back and I think, oh, Tchaikovsky, Star Wars, Pink Martini, America the Beautiful, and Mortal Beloved, just very, very diverse in our output. But if I had to pick one, the Star Wars show, where I saw so many smiles within the orchestra and in the audience. Everyone was in costume. We also had projections of images from the movies. I think everyone felt that that was a very nostalgic event, and it resonated with all ages, from adults all the way down to kids who have enjoyed that movie.
Another kind of piece of the gala is to kind of rouse support for the Symphony, which is of course a nonprofit organization.
Yep.
I guess what does it mean for a community to have such a strongly supported symphony orchestra? And then I guess the other piece of that is kind of the succession planning of like getting more people to go, oh, like I'm going to invest in this thing and keep it around.
That's right. We're not a for-profit business. We're a nonprofit arts organization, and what people don't realize is that the ticket sales really account for maybe a third of our operating costs. So we rely upon private supports and business sponsors. So this gala, as we're celebrating our 80th season, is a way to rouse support for something that's going to be quite big in our upcoming season, but also for many seasons to come.
Just one more thing, and if you don't want to give it to me, that's fine, but I'm wondering if you could just tease me and the audience with just one word that maybe inspired your selection for the 80th season.
Well, I can say that we will play music by at least 5 living composers. I can say that we will be a backup orchestra for a regional Celtic band. I can say that I will be performing not as a conductor on the podium, but as a synthesizer keyboardist on one of our programs. And I think that's all I can tease right now, but you can get the idea that this is very, very diverse.
Is there anything that you'd like to add to this conversation or bring up that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I think when you look at our audience, we have our core audience that loves the Brahms, Beethoven, and Mozart's. But over the 16, 17 years that I've been here, we've seen our audience grow and grow and grow because of our diversity of our concerts. Because we accompanied Weird Al Yankovic, because we did a Disney concert, because we do ballet, because we do Star Wars. So I look at the symphony as a nucleus and actually a point where, or a conduit through which so many people can enjoy the arts.
Awesome, awesome. Well, the 80th Gala is on June 27th, but ticket sales end on June 16th. And tickets can be purchased through the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra website. Nikolas, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Josey.
I'm Josey Meats with the NCW Life channel. Thanks for tuning in.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
A new video game, a movie, dinner with friends. There are a lot of things worth saving up for. Vapes aren't cheap, and buying pods over and over can stop you from affording things you want more. When it comes to your money, choose what matters. Choose you.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
The 22nd Annual Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival is coming to the Chelan County Expo Center, June 19th through the 21st. this year has 4 national touring bands: Appalachian Roadshow, Southern Legacy, the Rick Ferris Band, and Vicky Vaughn. Enjoy the Slow Jam and the return of Taylor's Camp. All the details can be found at WenatcheeRiverBluegrassFestival.com. All right, we got a lot to touch on here before we send you on your way on this Friday. First of all, and before I forget, of course, Sunday is Father's Day. And so for all of you fathers out there, on Sunday, I want to wish you all a happy birthday. Now, that crane that's been hovering above the Widener apartment homes for the last 8 or 9 months, there she is, coming down this weekend, but it's going to have a bit of a traffic issue along with that, because in order to get that crane out of there, they have to bring in a really big crane, a crane that's bigger than that. So, a friendly reminder, Saturday, tomorrow, from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then again Sunday from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., the entire stretch, that one block of Mission Street, right in front of the Widener apartment homes between Kittitas and Yakima, all 3 lanes on the Mission Street one-way between Kittitas and Yakima will be closed. You'll be detoured around that, probably down to Wenatchee Avenue. And with so many things going on this weekend and with Mother Nature cooperating, don't be caught by surprise. Make sure that you are forewarned on that. Again, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, all 3 lanes of Mission between Kittitas, where the Wild Huckleberry is, down to the Wenatchee Police Department will be closed in its entirety. So I wanted to make sure I got that out of the way. Pool to Spa Services. Yeah, you know, they have that Bullfrog Spa. I did a little research. Apparently, they're like really nice. Upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive jetpack therapy system. I don't know what it is, but it sounds pretty good to me. It is personalized comfort in every seat. Visit Pool to Spa Services on Worthing Street and design a spa just for you. And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind if you came down there with a change of clothes and get in a hot tub. I mean, if you're going to buy a hot tub, you want to get into one first, don't you? To say if you really like it or not. Just common sense. The Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival gets underway today. They were partying last night at the campground. Believe me, I know these folks. They were having a good time last night. Now it's underway officially. Not too late to get your tickets. $45 for an adult will buy you all 3 days of festivities. If you just want to go on Sunday for the gospel session, that's $20. They'll have food. They have all kinds of cool stuff going on. Camping is probably pretty limited by now, but that'll be going on at the fairgrounds in Cashmere. Camping at the fairgrounds in Cashmere, the actual Bluegrass Festival, will be taking place at the exhibition hall right across the street, as a matter of fact. All right, let's touch on some weather things that we need to talk about. First of all, we have a heat risk issue for today, moderate. For the Wenatchee Valley, we're down there towards the bottom. Moderate heat risk today, nothing really on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to start warming up again on Monday, but for Tuesday, we have that red rectangle right next to Wenatchee, and that means we're going to start getting some pretty hot weather. It's really going to start cooking up on Monday. We'll be in the lower 90s by Monday, but by Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be in the mid 90s, so get ready for some pretty warm weather. After all, summer begins this weekend. And so there's a little concern tomorrow because a cold front is going to brush across the region tomorrow. It's not going to be hot enough for a red flag warning, but the relative humidity will be down there and the winds will be up there. Not really strong winds, but strong enough for some elevated fire concerns. All right, for this Juneteenth, the clouds are already beginning to depart. We'll see sunshine. It'll be warm, high of about 90. No real wind today, no real wind tonight. 64 for the overnight low. It'll be a little breezy Saturday morning, a little windy on Saturday afternoon, and very windy on Saturday night. But overnight Saturday night, the winds will diminish, and we're right back to pretty nice weather on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay out of trouble, provided the show isn't canceled. I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.